Hi, it's me, Rachel Lynn, and Merry Christmas! Lucy says Merry Christmas too. This is the Merry Christmas YouTube tag, and I got this from Well Behaved Wallet, and unfortunately I was not able to post this until Christmas Day, but here it is, and here are the answers to all of the questions. Question number 1, use a noise to describe how excited you are for Christmas. Silence. I'm a teacher, so I'm so excited for the silence. But I guess my jingle bells would be really exciting too. Question 2, what is the best present you've ever received? This is really hard, actually. Not to steal Well Behaved Wallet's thunder on this one, but my answer is actually very, very similar. When I was in elementary school, I started learning how to play the violin, and my parents would rent one for me while I was taking lessons and learning how to play. And at one point, I don't even remember how old I was, but at one point it was my birthday and Christmas gift all wrapped up into one, but I did get my very own violin. I would say a very close second was my freshman year of college. I was actually a music major my freshman year, and I was given, it was more of a family gift, but it was a piano for our house, and that was very, very exciting, and still play it every once in a while, even though I don't really know how to play the piano, but it was just a very, very exciting gift to get. I might also maybe consider Lucy my own gift to myself, because I got her around Christmas time. Her adoption day is actually December 28th, and I was looking for a dog before Christmas and I couldn't find the right one, and so then after Christmas I kept looking and finally found the right one, and it was Lucy. And I mean, she was like a gift to myself, but definitely she's like my favorite gift. Number 3, what is the worst present you've ever received? This one, I don't really know either. I guess this isn't really like I necessarily received the gift, but my mom is notorious for being a bit scatterbrained, and so oftentimes presents get wrapped and there are no names on them, or she forgets who they're to before she puts a name on it, so she doesn't put any name on it, or she doesn't put a name on it even though she remembered at the time of wrapping, but it never got a name on it. So anyway, every Christmas there's at least a couple of gifts that we're not really sure who they're for or who they go to, and there have been a couple times where gifts have gotten mixed up, and so it wasn't really a gift that I received, but like I think I got like a t-shirt that was meant for my brother, and I was like, I don't think I want this because it's definitely not my style, and you know, we're definitely two different people, so that wasn't really a gift I received. But I mean, I guess it's just more of a funny thing. If I ever receive a gift of something that I don't like personally like, I'm still just extremely grateful for having received that gift. So it's not something that I would be like, oh, this is terrible. It's more like, oh, thank you so much for thinking of me. And then like later it's like, well, I don't really have a use or a purpose for this, but that doesn't mean that the gift was bad. Number 4, as a kid, did a sibling ever receive a present that you wished was for you? Actually, yes. I can't remember what year it was. I think I might have been in middle school, but my brother got a Discman for Christmas, and I was really upset about that. I really, really, really wanted one as well. I had mostly gotten like a bunch of clothes and things like that, and so I actually talked to my mom after Christmas, and we returned pretty much everything that I got for Christmas so that I could get a Discman, because I didn't care about the clothes. I wanted to listen to music. Number 5, sing a line from your favorite Christmas song. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. This is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Number 6, rename a reindeer. Pixie. I'm not sure which one I would rename, but I just kind of like the name Pixie. Number 7, what is your favorite thing about Christmas? The magic in the air. There's something about the air of Christmas that is just magical, and I love it. Number 8, when do you start getting excited about Christmas? Probably around Thanksgiving. I put a bottle on my excitement for Christmas. I try to hold out until after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving week, that's when I allow myself to start listening to Christmas music, even though they start playing it on the radio at the beginning of November, but I refuse to listen to it just because I don't want to get worn out on the music by the time Christmas comes, and I like to save it for after Thanksgiving. Number 9, do you use advent calendars? No, I don't. I did have one when I was little, and I really hope that we still have it. We should, but it was, you know, made of cloth, and so it was sewn together, but it's a little scene with like a little house, and then there's a little mouse that you move from day to day, and that was my advent calendar when I was younger, and I absolutely loved it, and I still love it, and I wish that I knew where it was, because I would totally still use it, but I would probably forget to move the mouse and like move it on Saturday, because that's when I would actually have time to think about things. But yeah, I don't really use them now, and I don't even know that I would use it if I had that one. I would probably just hang it up and then forget about it. Number 10, recite a line from your favorite Christmas movie. Oh my gosh, I have way too many favorite Christmas movies. Teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. I love smiling. Smiling's my favorite. Number 11, share a funny Christmas memory. There's a funny part to this, but let me get to that. So every Christmas Eve, our family goes out and looks at Christmas lights. There was one year that we went out to look at lights, and when we came back from looking at Christmas lights, Santa had been there. Santa had been to our house while we were gone. The funny part is that when we came in, there were gifts that were still unwrapped and were in the middle of being wrapped. One of the stockings had fallen off of the mantle, and we were just so amazed because we had caught Santa in the middle of like wrapping gifts at our house and delivering presents while we were out. And he had to fly up the chimney so quickly that he actually knocked one of the stockings off the mantle. To my brother and I, this is our absolutely favorite Christmas memory, and it does have a slight funny twist. It's not like a hilarious out there story, and I don't really have any like that, but this is definitely my favorite Christmas memory, and to this day my parents will not tell us how they did it. Number 12, talk us through your typical Christmas day. So this actually kind of depends on if we go to church the night before or if we go to church the day of. If we go the night before, then we'll just kind of wake up whenever, and we'll eat breakfast when my parents get hungry, and my dad will usually fix breakfast. It might be eggs, it might be pancakes. My dad is definitely the one that you want fixing breakfast in our house. And then eventually we'll get to opening gifts. Eventually, like, it feels like forever. Even at my age, it's just like, when are we gonna open up presents? And it's not even like I'm not even up at like 6 o'clock in the morning wondering. It's like noon, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like, okay, are we gonna get around to giving gifts yet? Because like, I'm really excited about your gifts and I want you to open them. I will say that stockings are free range, so if I get up at 5 a.m., I'm allowed to get in my stockings. So that's the one thing that we are allowed to get into before anything else. We will often have my dad's brother and my mom's aunt over for Christmas, depending on if they have any other commitments with their families. But the last few years, they've been able to come over consistently. Number 13, do you have any Christmas traditions? Well, I kind of already talked about going to see Christmas lights every Christmas Eve. That is my number one favorite Christmas tradition above all else. If you took everything else away from Christmas, do not take away going to look at Christmas lights from me. Another tradition is that Santa still comes to our house, even though we are all adults. We all still believe. And then another huge tradition that we have is when we open gifts. We actually will just kind of start, somebody will start, and they will pick out one present from under the tree, and they will give it to the person that it's to. Now, if the present is to themselves, then they have to put it back and get something else, and then they'll give it to that person, and then that person will open it, and we all watch, and we all ooh and ah, and then the person that opened, they get to pick the next gift and give it to the next person, and then we kind of go around in that way. And this stretches out gift opening for a very long time, sometimes hours, and eventually by the time we get to like the last few things left under the tree, we just kind of like, my brother just starts handing them out because, you know, not everybody has the same number of gifts, and so like, you know, somebody might have several to open, and that is a big tradition, and I love that because it is more in the spirit of giving, and then we also get to see what we all got and not just like thinking about ourselves and opening gifts just for ourselves. It's about like seeing everybody else and seeing their reactions and just all of that fun stuff that comes with gifts and giving gifts and opening gifts and all of that. Number 14, real or fake Christmas trees. I actually prefer real, and they're actually better for the environment, but we just don't have them. My parents are older, my brother and I we don't have the time and the energy ourselves to go out and get you know, a real tree, and so we just kind of put up the fake ones that we have, and because my brother has his own, my parents have their own, I have my own, it didn't even get put up this year, and so we just have them, and so we have just been using our trees, our fake trees this year, even though I personally prefer the real ones and I love the smell and all of that, but it's too difficult at this point in our lives. Number 15, pictures with Santa, yay or nay. I have not really ever gotten my picture taken with Santa. I don't even know if I have any pictures from when I was little. I'd have to ask my parents. So I don't really know, but I don't really go see Santa. I have thought about taking Lucy to go see Santa, but I just haven't done it. Those are all of the questions in the Christmas YouTube tag. I know that by the time you see this, it will be Christmas Day, but I definitely, if you want to do this, we can keep Christmas going and go ahead and do this video as well, and I would love to see it. So if you do, definitely leave me a note down below and let me know that you are doing this tag. If not, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what some of your answers to these questions would be, because I would love to know it. That's all I have for today. I want to wish you a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas, and I hope it was a wonderful Christmas for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.